AITA for not wanting my stepson to move in? My husband and I have 4 children, 1 to 7. My husband has an older son, 15, with his ex and is also dad to her older son, 20. We live in 3-bedroom house. When my stepson stays, he sleeps on the couch. Despite him not really living with us, my husband is still active in his life and spends lots of time with him. My stepson's mom has 3 younger kids, ex-husband, and recently got a new boyfriend. She lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with stepson getting a room, the younger 3 sharing and her using the living room as a bedroom. Her taste in men is a WFULAND, her newest boyfriend is no different, and my stepson has awful things to say about him. Despite this, and despite the fact she's only been dating him for around 10 months, she's known him longer, she is moving in with him in a week. He is somewhat well off and lives in an empty 4-bedroom house. Ash's kids are all adults. There's a clear benefit for the kids to have a bigger space and a yard, but obviously a much bigger danger in moving your kids in with a man you haven't been dating for long. My husband has tried to urge her out of making this choice, but she seems set on it. She has some mental health issues and doesn't receive any child support from her ex-husband, so I understand to an extent why she needs to rely on a new boyfriend so heavily. A month ago, my stepson got into an argument with his mom and stayed with us for a few nights before going to his great-grandpa's, who he has stayed with since. He has said that he will never into the boyfriend's house. Last week he asked his dad if he could move in with us, and we told him we'd discuss it. I don't like the idea for a few reasons. The main one is space, as we don't have a lot of it. He would either have to share with one of his much younger brothers, or we'd have to give him his own room and cram 4 kids in together. Another reason is that my stepson isn't exactly the easiest teenager and has already proved to be a bad influence on my younger kids. Anda has a bad temper. I told my husband this, and though he was unhappy and tried to change my mind, I did go back to his son and tell him that it couldn't happen right now. If there weren't other options for him, my answer would be different. His grandpa has the spare room and has already can stay for as long as he wants. My husband and I are starting to look at other rental options with 4 bedrooms for us to possibly move to in the near future. We had dinner with stepson a few nights ago and explained our reasoning and told him he was still welcome whenever he wants. He doesn't seem to upset and is comfortable at his grandpa's. However, older brother has apparently found out about the situation. He's in the military in another state, and has called my husband up to call him a boss and evidently blamed the whole situation on me. Are we being assholes? Is it not better he be in home where he has his own space and is still close by both parents?
AITA for refusing to go back home during break? I, 18F, grew up in the West Coast, but I'm currently going to college in the South. Around a year before I left for college, my parents announced they were pregnant. I wasn't thrilled by this for a number of reasons, but I didn't say much at the time and I was outwardly pretty neutral. My parents seemed disappointed by my reaction regardless, and they kept trying to pull me into discussions on what the baby's name should be or what furniture they should buy for the baby's room. They also kept making jokes about how I would need to help out more, since they would be older parents. When the baby came, I was around to make sure my mom was alright, and then I mostly kept out of the house until it was time for me to leave for college. Since I've been at college, my parents have continually asked if I was coming home for break. I went back once, for winter break, and the entire time, it was baby-centered. The house was constantly filled with the baby crying, or the sound of cartoons, or my parents asking me to help care for the baby. Everything was interrupted by the baby. If I wanted to go to a restaurant with my parents, we can't because of the baby. If to go shopping, we're too tired because of the baby. If I wanted to go grocery shopping alone, can you take the baby with you? They were constantly pushing me to babysit or change diapers or make formula stuff in the name of sisterly bonding. This break, my parents kept asking me if I was going to come back for break. I told them I probably wasn't, because I had plans with my friends and I'd rather stay in my dorm than go through the hassle of flying all the way over. They kept asking me to, and saying it would be a great bonding opportunity, but I don't see what's so bonding about listening to a baby cry for most of the day every day. Finally, I snapped and said I didn't want to come back until things settled down and they were capable of handling the child they made by themselves. So AITA for refusing to go back home for break? AITA for yelling at my wife to do the *AMN laundry. My M29 wife, F28, will not stop putting her dirty laundry in my closet. Not even in a basket. literally scattered across the floor. Ivy tried telling her, on multiple occasions, to just put her dirty clothes in her laundry basket and leave it in her closet or the main bathroom area. She refuses and tells me to stop interfering with her setup. This extremely annoying to deal with because she does her laundry once every 2 to 3 weeks, so there's a pileup of clothes sitting in my closet. I've tried moving them out and putting them in a basket, but she just puts them back in my closet. This morning, I was running late for an appointment and I saw her dirty underwear sitting not on my closet floor, but on top of my folded clean clothes. My wife was still in bed and I yelled at her to wake up and asked her why the hell she's putting her dirty clothes on top of my clean clothes. She started crying and told me to stop making a big deal out of it, and I just told her to fucking doth *amn laundry, and that my closet better be clean of her dirty laundry by the time I get back home. She called me a massive *hole and kept crying. AITA? AITA, I created a tech support help desk for my family and now they're mad at me. I'm female, 24 years old. I'm studying computer science and I'm currently doing an internship at a medium-sized company that hasn't laid off 30% of employees yet. So, since I'm the one who knows about computers, my family sees me as their personal tech support. And my family is big. I live with my mom, my little brother, 2 of my aunts and their kids. The lazy when it comes to tech hit because they know I'll do it for them, but my mom and aunts are beyond tech illiterate, they're tech morons. I am constantly interrupted in my studies or work because my cousins forgot their Disney Plus profile pin, or my mom needs to reset her email password again. I actually set up a cloud password manager for them that they do not use because they always forget that it is an option. So a few weeks ago, one of my little cousins wanted me to help him reset a password after he got locked out of Google, and he aggressively knocked on my door demanding that I help him. I asked him, "Do I look like TS to you?" And he said yes with a straight face, so I got a domain and set up a help desk. Told my family that if they wanted any help from, they should go to the website and submit a ticket for my help. My aunt said I was being ridiculous, but I was deadly serious. In the following days, I would give them the cold shoulder if they tried to come to me with technical problems, and just tell them to submit a ticket and he would send them the solution by mail. For mail password? Too bad. Use someone else's mail. Fortnite is lagging? Get a ticket and wait till I'm home. That helped me a lot. But then yesterday I came back from the university and the whole house was sitting in the living room telling me to sit down. They were doing an intervention on me. WTF. They said I was rude, cold, condescending, and unhelpful. She's tolerated my manly ways. No idea where that comes from. Because I'm helpful with technology. But now they won't stand up to my disrespect and I'm treating them like children. I said no, I'm treating them like customers. The discussion got heated and turned into a screaming match. I said I would move in with my ex-stepfather because he doesn't ask me to do it. I'm still with my family but I feel like everyone hates me now, but my ex-stepfather says I'm on my right to be annoyed by them. AITA?
AITA for making girlfriend pay for her own birthday gift. I, 35M, been dating this woman, 34F, for about 4 to 5 months now. We met online and initially, everything went great. Except one thing. We got this deal going where she plans everything and I pay for everything. I spend most of my time working, so her planning for stuff is actually a huge bonus to me. Plus I make a lot more money than she does, so her paying doesn't really make sense. But still she kept feeling guilty and saying she's definitely gonna pay for one of these dates eventually, but just so broke right now. I told her several times that I actually like this setup. Stop worrying about it. Makes no difference to me who pays for dinner. Financial support is not something I require in a partner whatsoever. But still, no matter what I said, kept feeling guilty about it. I kinda thought maybe it's 'cause she has a pretty decent job so she should not be broke, but probably has poor money management skills so maybe feels a little ashamed for it or something along those lines. Anyway, her birthday comes and I just straight asked her if she wanted anything for it. She mentioned this restaurant she's been wanting to for a while, but it's pricey so she never has. And it's not a big deal if we don't go, but blah blah blah. He made reservations and we're at the place. Everything's going fine till some friend of hers walks in, notices her and stops by to say hi. During that conversation the friend asks about her daughter. At first I thought it was some kind of an inside joke or something, but nope. They really were talking about her daughter, which I had no idea existed till now. The friend finally leaves and I ask her, "You have kids?" She goes, "Yeah, I have a daughter, she's 12, her name is," in a really non-nonchalant tone of voice. So I'm like, WTF? You didn't figure to mention this before? Why am I finding out like this? And she goes, I don't owe you every single detail of my life. And I kinda just froze while staring at her. Didn't know what to say. This isn't how she normally speaks. The whole thing seemed so bizarre. I couldn't wrap my head around it at all. She has mahor guilt about who pays for dates, but she hid having a kid like it's nothing? I guess my staring made her uncomfortable though, so she excused herself to the bathroom. While she was gone, the more I thought about it, the more I kept just getting progressively angrier. So, mostly to avoid making a scene, I got up and left, leaving her with a $500 minus $600 bill plus the Uber ride home. I expected a barrage of angry texts and calls on the way home, but no, just one message. Did you seriously just get up and leave? Then this morning a long message trying to explain things. At first I didn't really feel any guilt at all. But now I'm less angry. I'm realizing she probably doesn't even have the money for that dinner. Might end up paying credit card interest for it for who knows how long. And it's her kid who's ultimately gonna end up suffering for this. Which isn't fair at all. IDK AITA here?